Can you trade without emotions? Can you trade like a robot? And how do you deal with your emotions in trading? I will address everything that you need to know in today's video, and there are lots of practical tips, so make sure to watch until the end. And I also need your input, so let me know in the comments below, what is the emotion, what is the situation that is causing you the most frustration? Let me know and I will make a specific video to address your situation and help you out. And now let's get into the video. So I get asked a lot, how do you deal with your emotions? How do you shut them out? How do you trade like a robot, which seems to be a common thing that many people aspire to do. And this is a very, very important topic, and I spend a lot of time thinking about it, how I can get this across. But first of all, we need to understand that trading without emotions is possible for a short period of time. And I think many of you will know this situation where you trade well for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then comes this one situation, this one trade where you completely lose it, where you blow up, all of your previous realized profits are gone within 1 or 2 trades, a few bad decisions. And this is what happens when you try to suppress your emotions. You try to shove them down, but eventually they will find a way out. And when they come out, it's usually with a bang. It's a really, really big outcome that happens when you suddenly get into revenge trading, or something triggered you in your daily life that then expresses itself in your trading. So it is very important that you learn how to deal with those situations, obviously. Otherwise, you are just doomed to repeat the cycle over and over again. And there is a better approach. And in my opinion, and what I've seen, and now that we are talking to the big trading authorities like Dr. Steenbarger and Mandy and many other people, I come to the realization more and more, and this is how I approach it, is that it is not about suppressing emotions. It's not trading like a robot. It's actually leveraging your emotions. And obviously you can't suppress your emotions infinitely anyway. So it's better to find a way how you can deal and how you can trade with them. And you can actually use them to your advantage, because once you are in tune with your emotions, once you can feel your emotions come up, and this is something we'll get into later as well, is you can use them. For example, if you are entering a trade and you feel very, very anxious, you're very scared, there are a few things that the emotion can tell you. Maybe it's you're using too much risk, very common, or alternatively, you are breaking your rules and you're taking a trade that is not in your trading plan. And obviously you should feel scared and you should feel anxious because you're trading outside of your trading plan. So being aware of the emotion that is coming up and understanding in which context it come up, it can help you actually make better trading decisions when you then reduce your risk or you skip your trade. Or maybe you're in the trade and you don't know how to handle the trade. Maybe the price is very close to your target, but you don't want to close it, or the market is turning against you and you don't know what to do. Instead of panicking and instead of just shutting off and being in this flight or fight mode, if you understand how to understand your emotions and how to read the emotions when it's coming up, what is it telling you? Do you need a better plan for trade management maybe? Are the targets that you're using too far away? Maybe they're too close and it's not in line with your trader personality and the way you think. And this is a great place to be in when it comes to handling and dealing with emotions, because then suddenly your emotions are not your enemy. Your emotions are helpers. They tell you something that is going on, which you may overlook if you're not in tune and if you're not conscious about your emotions. But once you are able to do that, emotions can tell you actually what you're doing wrong and how to get better as a trader. They will often point out weaknesses in your trading where you need to get back to the drawing board, maybe update your trading plan, maybe you don't have enough rules for trade management, for targets, for stops, for risk management, whatever. So this is how you actually use emotions. But how do you get there? Obviously, it's not as easy as just saying, okay, I'm going to pay attention to my emotions and that's it. There are a few ways how you can get better at understanding and being conscious about your emotions. It's a process, as always. So first of all, the most obvious thing, while you are trading, you're only trading. Put out your phone, no Netflix, no Spotify, no Skype, no forum, no whatever. You're just focusing on your trading. Because what happens is then when you have all those distractions around you, you're not really able to pay you're not able to pay attention to what is going on inside of you and how you're feeling, and your emotions are getting in the background. And then that's where emotions actually become an issue, because you can't listen to them. So first thing, no distractions while you're trading. This is really, really important. If you're serious about trading, but you're still chatting on the side, maybe you're watching even Netflix or CNN or whatever, turn it off. It's really important. No distractions while you're trading. Second of all, you need to bring this awareness practice into your daily life as well, because only if you can train it in your daily life, you have way more opportunities to train it, obviously. You're probably spending more time outside of your trading environment than you're looking at charts. So this is a great learning opportunity. So what happens is that how often do you find yourself lost in thought? You're walking down the street and 500 meters later you're wondering, you're stopping and you're wondering, how did I get here? And what did I do in the meantime? You're just lost in thought. So always reminding yourselves, giving you just back, bringing you back in the moment is very helpful. I've read a book. I think it was maybe even The Secret, as cliche as it sounds, but there's a great technique where somebody put a pebble or any little totem or object in a pants or wherever, and then whenever he feels it, it's like a trigger to pay attention to the present moment again. So find something small, put it in your pocket, and whenever you feel this little thing, just pay attention to the moment right now. It's a very, very helpful little exercise. Another thing is that when you're waiting for the bus, for example, or when you are waiting in the grocery checkout line, or whenever you are waiting, don't pull out your phone right away. We are or in this world, in today's society, it's so easy to distract yourself. There's no more boredom, there's no more idle time. And what happens is you pull out your phone, you check it, you put it back, 5 seconds later you put it out again, and there's actually no value in it. You're just trying to keep your mind busy. It's many people, they can't be alone with their thoughts anymore. Obviously, if you can't do that, you can't pay attention to your thoughts and your emotions while you're trading. So this goes hand in hand. So try to use your phone more conscious and less often when you are, and this is something that I am doing in my own daily life, is whenever I'm waiting for the bus or when I'm waiting in a checkout line, and it doesn't matter where, I may pull out my phone once, but I will not pull it out a second time. I will make a conscious commitment that, okay, now it's time to just focus on what is going around you. Listen to how you feel, how does your body feel, what are the emotions that you're experiencing. And this is a great practice that over time will help you avoid this distractive mindset that many people just can't get out of, and they're stuck in this loop, because obviously phones have been programmed and designed in a way that they are that they are as addictive as possible, and they're really good at it. So you need to find those little moments where you can break out of the cycle. Even better, when I take my dog out for a walk or when I go grocery shopping, most often I try to leave my phone at home, so there's not even an option to distract yourself. And this will all feed back in your trading. And you're not running, as Dr. Dispenza said, you're not running on autopilot like a mindless drone. You need to get to a place where you are in control, you are paying attention to what is happening in front of you, so that you can make the best decisions based on the input that you have. Another thing which is more trading related is, before you pull the trigger or before you make any trading decision, what I found is that I take my hand or my finger off the mouse for at least 3 to 5 seconds, and I ask myself consciously, is this what I'm about to do really the right decision, or am I making a mistake? And I just sit back for a few minutes, for a few seconds. It doesn't have to be long, but I'm trying to break this cycle. I'm trying to just interrupt this cycle that I'm usually stuck in, or that most traders are stuck in, is this autopilot mode, where you're not really thinking, you're just acting on impulses, and it's very, very reactive. So just take the finger off the mouse for a few seconds and just ask yourself, is this what I'm about to do really the right trade or the right decision? And sometimes you will catch yourself that it's not the right thing. Sometimes you will still make the mistake, but maybe a few seconds later, you will say, okay, I made the mistake, I need to close this trade, or I need to reverse my decision. And don't be too hard on yourself if it doesn't work out, if you still make mistakes, totally fine. It's about catching yourself sooner and sooner and sooner. At one point, you will get to a place where before you make the decision, you will actually catch yourself and you know, okay, I shouldn't do this. But in the beginning, obviously, it's a process. You will still make mistakes. Totally fine. Don't be too hard on yourself. That's the most important thing. Don't beat yourself up. I know we are always our own worst critics and we always see our own flaws, but be gentle to yourself. It's a process. Catch yourself sooner and sooner over time. Reward yourself and be proud of yourself when you see that you have done something good. recognize the progress that you have made, something that also is many traders are not as good as. And over time, you will see a huge impact on your trading behavior and also on your well-being as a trader. You will see and look charts differently, but you will also have a much deeper connection to yourself. I hope this made sense. Let me know in the comments, and I look forward to hearing from you. Until the next time, happy trading.